Welcome to the India Joy Influencer Con 2021.
Hi.
Hi everyone. Hi viewers. So we have Swati Chauhan with us. She's a memer and she posts a lot of funny stuff on her Instagram. And today we'll be talking about growing your personal brand with relatable humor. So hi Swati. Let's get started.
Hi, Sai.
Hi. You can call
Also,
me
happy Men's
Swati
Day to
or
you. It's Men's Day today, and everyone who's watching this, happy Men's
wow.
Day.
Thank you. I did not know that. It's
Yeah, it
not
usually
often
happens
that.
that men don't know it's Men's Day because it's not celebrated so much on social
Yeah,
media.
nobody
But yeah.
wishes us. Thank you very much, Swati. That means a lot to me. Thank you very much. So before we start, I just want to ask you, why memes? I mean, what got you into that? Is there
And
a
I was
reason?
always into humor content. And when I started writing content, you remember all those listicles that BuzzFeed and Scoop Whoop used to do those funny
Yes,
ones. So I've
yes.
written a few when that was when Scoop was launched in India, but it was still
Okay,
a listicle, and that's a lot of content. You have to write a whole article. Then I came across a funny meme, tweet sometime on just on
okay.
exploring on Google, and I was like, this is short and this is crispy and it is still very witty and makes you
Yes.
laugh. And this is something that I want to do. Like, because I was doing a full time job, I was a social media manager and I only had that much time. So, tweet was something that was convenient. I could still be funny and, entertain people. I didn't even had an audience at that point of time, so probably I was just entertaining myself. But it was a relatable medium that was convenient to me. So that's how tweet started, and I was a very normal account. It was like back there in 2017, so it's like 5 years back, and I started with like 100 followers, kind of a thing. It's just that how. The memes went viral and the followers came out after that. Yeah.
Yes, I have myself checked out your page and some very funny stuff on there. It's
Thank you. Thanks.
great. Yes, and uh, I for this question, I had a lot of double thoughts before asking this, but I'm just gonna put this out there. Okay, so there's a common stereotype in the comedy industry, anything related to comedy, and it's a stereotype that women are not that funny. There are not a lot of women in the business, so that's why the stereotype exists. So how do you think we can break this stereotype? Because
I
like
think,
clearly, yeah,
yeah,
please.
no, thank you so much. But yes, it exists and it's very sad. But I
Yes,
think the only way to break it is to first of all accept people as people, and not on gender roles. So anyone can be good at anything. There's so many men who are the best chefs and working 5 stars, and they are the best at cooking. So why
yes,
isn't there a gender stereotype against them? It should only be women in probably all these hotels and restaurants, but it's men. So if that
yes,
does not exist for other categories, then why for humor, first of all? So accept people as people. Anyone can have a funny bone. There's so many men who are not funny. There are so many women who are funny, and probably this stereotype is kind of continuing because women are not given that opportunity. So there's still so
yes,
many jokes on women comics that I come across. So there's so many jokes. Oh, she's not funny. So probably it will not be there if a man was in her place. You know what I mean? So if
mhm,
there's a joke, a woman cracks, then there are four who are enjoying, and there's one person out there who wants to point out something lame in that joke. And it's because he has this
yeah,
notion in his mind that it's coming from a woman, so it has to be lame. So we
yes,
need to get rid of that. And I think there's so many women comics who are doing good, and in the meme space as well. There's so many females that with time it will break, but it will take some time, and there has to be success stories behind it.
I hear what you're saying, and it makes total sense. Uh, Also, this is transforming into hate for some reason. With trolls on the internet, people who always have something negative to say about everything. So you must have faced this too, being a How did
Too
you
much.
handle it?
I faced it too much. First of all, nobody accepted that I'm a girl. They thought that there is a guy who's handling this
Oh my
account and
God.
making all, yes, making, so they call them catfishes. So they thought that, and there were actually people who came in my comments and said, no girl can be this funny. So, hello brother, how is it going?
God.
And I'm like, so I wasn't aware actually, and I was like, that's stupid. Like, if you find it funny, then you have to point out that this has to come from a man. So, initially, that acceptance wasn't there. 5 years back, there was no acceptance. It was like girls are meant for emotional shairis and normal. वो नहीं होते हैं वो जो love quotes and romantic quotes. That's what girls do, and humor is not their cup of tea. So with time, because I was consistent, I didn't let it go to my head. I'm not saying I'm a very strong person. I used to feel down. That day I would be down, sad, and I would be like, let's give up. I don't want this negativity. But the fact that I enjoy this so much, I never gave up because I personally enjoy creating content so
Yes.
much. So I kept coming back to it because of my own personal motivation and inspiration that I have. And and then it was like, I think at some point people accept that, okay, so this is a genuine account, and now it sometimes it feels so good. So people randomly ask questions, celebrities on media, that which are the funny accounts to follow, and to see my name there, or people mentioning my name a lot of times, I sometimes get tears in my eyes, because coming from a point where I was a catfish and I was faking it on the internet, to a point where random people who don't know me are vouching for me, for my humor and my name among all those male names, the only female name. So it feels really good. And then you are like, if there are 10 trolls, there are 1,000 people who know this is genuine and who appreciate good, clean humor.
I mean, kudos to you, and I mean for making it in the meme industry, and well deserved also.
Thank
Uh,
you.
as I was saying, I myself am a stand-up comedian. I try to make memes, but the thing about memes is the most successful ones are the ones that are current. Like something is happening right now, and within a few minutes or hours, you post it, right? Like, how do you do that consistently on a regular basis? Like,
I think now it is all. Initially, it was all fun because something has new has happened, and you want to talk about it in a funny way. Now it has come
yes,
to the point that not just mine, there are other pages also that are very popular, and then people take them as a news page now. If there is a trending,
yes,
yeah, so if there's a trending event or anything that's going on, we are expected to talk about it, and people like to hear our viewpoint and that funny angle. They don't want to hear the news; they want to hear it from the main pages. So now it has become more of a responsibility to be updated with whatever is going on. So if Modi ji is going live, then there has to be memes on whatever he has said. There has to be. If I don't do it, then there are going to be 100 DMs asking me, is there something wrong? Why are you not making memes on it? So if there is an event, then and not just me, I'm sure other memers are getting such messages also, who have consistently been trending on, who've been talking about trending things and making memes in it. So that's an expectation that we have now, and we perform to it. It is a bit tiring because every day you're online. It's not like you can just keep your phone away, because anything can happen anytime. So you have to be checking what the news is, what's going on, what people are talking about, what are the conversations on social media. So it's a bit exhausting. It takes a kind of a toll on you because you are always online. But I think it's a small price to pay for the fact that we are now pages who make funny news, and people look up to us and they want to know
yes.
what are our views on it. So today I got DMs like, have you made memes on Men's Day? It's Men's Day. And it was women who were asking for it.
Wow,
So probably they wanted to send it to their boyfriends or brothers or something like that, or friends.
makes sense. That's great. So while we are talking about current events, I've noticed that you post a lot of content related to cricket.
Yeah.
Now, is that a conscious choice to, you know, there's a huge fan based audience, or Do you also love cricket? Do you have a relationship with
So
cricket?
it starts with my love for cricket. It definitely starts with my passion for cricket. So I am from Gwalior and we had a stadium there, and there used to be matches there. It's called Roop Singh Stadium. They used to have World Cup matches and everything. So as a
Wow.
child, I've been going with my family and attending those matches and seeing it live and seeing that excitement in the public. So it's not something that I've seen just on TV. I've seen the matches live, and everyone in my family is like. So if there's a match coming, then nothing is happening. Like all the food has to be cooked before, and everybody is going to be glued to the TV, and nobody is going to move. And it is like very dedicated in our families because of
Yes.
all the men and even the women in my family were very interested in cricket. So I think it starts with my interest in cricket from childhood, but then of course there is a demand for cricket memes, and if I'm watching it, then why will I not make a meme on it? So yeah, it's not like I'm watching it to make a meme on it. It's like I'm watching it, enjoying it, and then whatever is that emotion that I have watching it, I convert it to a meme. So it's kind of very organic and seamless, those memes. Sometimes I'm just ranting on my memes. I'm sad and ranting and frustrated, and my audience is like, can you just stop being so sad about this? We had almost forgotten, and I'm like, because I'm still sad, so I'm going to still
Yes.
make sad memes about how India's out of World Cup. So yeah, so it's just my passion and interest which kind of converts into, and I'm very happy that cricket means trend. So that can be used, my passion can be used in some way.
Okay. So India losing to Pakistan, that created a lot of meme content. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not happy about it. It's
yeah.
terrible, but that was like a lot of content for memers.
Lot of content, yeah. But agar had we been there, then would have had more content, no? If you turn
True,
in that
that's true.
way, yeah, yeah.
Yes, that is absolutely true. So when you make memes, is there an app that you use? Do you just edit on?
Yeah,
Can you tell
so
me a little
I
bit?
I don't do a lot of editing. My memes, if you've seen, the very simple, the very
Yes.
simple images probably taken from a trending event. So something someone has said something funny in an interview, or
Uh-huh.
they are from movies. So it does not require much editing. I think what the caption is where the fun and the wit is. But if I
Yes.
have to edit it and put some captions, it's mostly in short that I use.
In short, okay.
Yeah.
Uh, Also, in memes itself, there have come more and more subcategories. Like one that I have recently heard of. They call it dank memes. I haven't fully understood what it means. So, can you explain if you
Yeah,
have any?
I think it is a category of meme which is a bit more aggressive and it is a bit more loud and in your face kind of a humor. You're
Yes.
like, oh yeah, that's. I don't
Yeah.
want to talk about this, but it is funny. But I can't let anyone know that I find this funny. So those kind of memes which kind of probably showcase your insecurities maybe or your fears. I think that would be dank for me. And sometimes, if you post a dank meme, then so many people will like it in their mind, but they will actually not like
They
it
yes.
because they
That's
don't want their friends to know that they find this thing relatable about themselves. So it's probably an insecurity. How it's about your career, relationships, the way you handle the other sex. It could be anything. So those are tag memes, but I think they're very relatable. They're very funny, and it's like you go through it and you're like, "This is me." I mean, you relate most to it because it is
yes.
somewhere in you, and you haven't spoken about it,
You
and you
haven't
see it right
realized.
there. So I think that's a very funny category of memes, but the thing with our country is that the way we get offended with things like someone can say hi and then people can get offended about it. So
True.
dank memes is this, I think, is going to be more time to kind of accept that category and be more open about it.
Yes. And as I was saying, in dank memes, I came across this after the recent Travis Scott incident, and
Okay.
I was laughing, but then I was like, oh God, why am I laughing at this? I shouldn't be. It's
Exactly. There's so many things that we laugh about, not because we mean to offend someone. It is just
yes,
funny. But if you laugh about it publicly, you're like, people can point out to you, you're body shaming, or you're doing this is wrong, you're talking about a religion, and it is like that. So for example, like if I make a meme which on a very funny scene from Ramayan, then even though it's funny and relevant and very apt, some people can still find it offending, because they don't want
Yes.
people to make memes on something that they follow religiously or they worship.
Yes.
So yeah, so there is this very that line which you don't want to cross and offend people. So you have to keep that in mind, especially if you have a large audience. So I kind of miss the days, and I remember the days when I would just post anything. And since I had like 5,000 followers or 3,000, 4,000, and nobody cares what I'm posting about. Now, if you post about something, there are always people out there who want to see if you've done something wrong, and they can make a huge issue about it. They would not do it if a person with 500 followers will do. That
Yes.
person with 500 followers can do and say a lot of things and nobody will care. But you say one thing you know, that can have an angle, that you can make a different meaning out of it, and all hell will break loose on the internet, this kind of a thing. So yeah, so you have to be very, very conscious and kind of make sure that you are also not offending anyone.
Yeah, this really, like, I can feel it because stand-up comedians have been having the same issue. They're
Also, the
getting their
recent
shows
one, the one that's going on right now, the Veer Das one.
Yes,
Yeah.
Veerdas one.
Yeah.
I feel
Srinagar
like the
Parikh.
line
Yeah.
that you said where people get offended, it's just it's slowly it's just coming towards us more and more, and very few things we have left to talk about.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, very few things that you can talk about. And also, there is that fear of being leftist or rightist. I'm not leftist or rightist or anything. I have
exactly.
no political agendas. If you see my memes, I'm not talking about politics. If I find something wrong, then I will talk about it. It does not matter to me that person has what political, standpoint. If I'm talking against that person, it will not be because of his political views. It will be because of what he is doing or what he's involved in. But then there are always people who want to find that angle, and it is very funny. Sometimes I wonder that how much free time you have. Like, I don't even
Yes.
have the time to check the comments under my tweets or the comments under my post, do my work. I have my laundry piling. And how do people get time to just go on the internet and do hate messages? And I think we just need more employment, I feel.
Again, that's a leftist point of view that you just, according to some.
Exactly, exactly. There is always a left or a right. And I always try to say that I am from the entertainment side, and this is the side I belong. It's called entertainment.
Great. So I think this is the reason why most memers, tend to stay private. They don't post about. I have seen meme pages with lakhs, if not millions of followers. You don't see their identity anywhere. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because it's safe, no? Because tomorrow, if you
yes,
offend someone, then nobody's gonna come and say it was you. So just putting yourself out there is also a risk.
makes sense. So what made you, post your profile and be okay with it?
Yeah,
Was
I
it
was
because
always open about my profile that this is me, it's not a fake account, this is me. And if the my intention is not political, I have no agendas, I'm not supporting anyone, I'm not getting paid by any cell to say anything, then why should I be scared? If you are misconstruing my tweets or opinions, that's on you, that's not on me. So I'm not scared of, why should I be scared? I am not from any party or political agenda.
Okay, let's steer clear of the political talk here as well, just to be safe,
I know,
because we never
I know.
know. You know, what do you think is the future for memers? Like, I'm seeing now that Elon Musk has hired a memer to be handling social media stuff, and there's also a cryptocurrency company that's looking for a full-time memer, and they are offering some 87 lakhs or something. So, how do you see the future for yourself and for fellow memers, the community?
I just see it very, very bright. I've come from the time where memes were looked down upon. It's like people always enjoyed them, but they were never a profession. It was something that you do in your free time. From that to this point where you have professional memers, every digital organization or media organizations is hiring creative and content people to make memes around their products for their social media, and it has that respect now as a profession. First of all, acceptance as a profession and
Yeah.
respect as a profession. It has been a shift change. A whole viewpoint has changed in the last 5 years, and I have been seeing that change, and I'm so happy because at the end of the day, it may look, you can just read it in 2 seconds and you can just go past it, but someone has probably spent half an hour making it, coming
Yeah.
up with that one line that is going to make you laugh, and they have done probably hours of research to make it. So just appreciation of the hard work that people putting in, and I see so many small accounts who are so good with their content. They just don't have that reach, but they're really really funny, and I always try to support them because at some point I was there at that place and I didn't had followers. I knew that if I had more followers, I would probably be getting more reach on this joke because it's so funny, and it sucked at that point of time. So I see that in so many other memers who are very, very funny with their viewpoints and they have amazing sense of humor. So I try to kind of support them on Twitter as much as I can, really. I think I'm known for the one account that retweets everything she's tagged. If it is funny, I'm not going to see who it is coming from. It's probably from a person who has sometimes been a part of that hate agenda against me, and I don't care because I really don't have the time for that. If it is funny, I'm going to retweet it. It is like that. It is as simple as that. I am just going to support good humor.
Okay, that's very nice of you, and I can see that it makes you emotional when you talk about the community, and there's a lot of sense of responsibility to move it forward,
Yes,
sharing the word.
exactly. Like we have to support. I'm not saying I'm a very big memer. It is just that I have a little bit of name in that meme space. So I have to support people who are starting and who have that talent and who have that funny mode. So I feel it's a responsibility for everyone who is in that space to support people who are coming up. And that's how you grow. I mean, you always grow together. You would never grow in isolation. Like, there's no such thing in growing in isolation. If there's a strong meme community, then people are going to accept it more, recognize it more, and appreciate it more instead of just few people who are just being very good at it.
Okay. So, while making memes, did that, create other opportunities for you? Like maybe a lot of people go into writing or, advertising. Was
Yeah,
that the
yeah.
case? Can you give us an
Yeah,
example?
so because of the meme thing, I started working as a freelance content writer, which was never an option for me. Like, I'm an engineer and an MBA, so writing is something I enjoyed, but as a profession, I've never done it. So,
Okay.
so organizations then started approaching me to write content for them. For example, they have a campaign and they want to talk about it on their own social media, but it's a very small organization. They don't have social media. So, like, can you do this one campaign for us? And we'll pay you. And it's something like that. So that started growing from small organizations to now very recognized brands and big brands. So I write. What I do is I write for them. I do a campaign for them. I contract with them and write content for them. It could be for their website or for their social media, or they just want someone creative on their panel who make sure that everything goes on in their social media is very funny, relevant, and is
Yes.
shareable. So I kind of like work as a content consultant now.
That's great. I mean, good to hear. Happy
Yeah,
for you.
thank
And
you.
so we'll take some questions from our viewers if you're okay. I'm gonna let me check. Great going. Someone is asking you the favorite IPL team,
Favorite
Vishal
team?
Sharma. Yes.
Yeah, it's RCB. Also MI, but also
Never.
RCB, and mainly RCB mainly for Virat Kohli, but MI as well. I think they have some very good players, so both.
Great. I am a fan of RCB too, but it's hard being a fan of RCB.
It
It's
is
it's
hard, it takes a kind of toll on your sanity at some
yes,
point. You're like, you feel so disheartened. You're like, it's a personal loss. Like you have,
yes.
it just turns out into a bad day for you. And then still to stick to that team. And it's like the way they say that if date an RCB fan, they're never going to leave you.
I know, right? So, one more question: is there any meme where you have been badly criticized for that you made or shared? Or
Yeah, एक नहीं है, there's like probably 100.
it's an everyday event.
It's an everyday event that I have been, missed. The interpretation has been taken to some other level. And okay, I will tell you. So there was this one time where I shared something about Diwali, and I said that please go and buy from the local vendors, instead of buying the Chinese products and everything, buy from the local vendors. I don't know how some people misconstrued it as me not supporting Diwali. I am a Hindu.
Oh,
Why would
wow.
I not support my festival? And they're like, she's against Diwali. And, she said that, I don't know, like, there has to be some very creative, intelligent mind to take that meaning out of the tweet, which said support local vendors. So, yeah, someone said, so she does not give all this gyan on other festivals. Now, why she's giving on Diwali? And
Uh,
yeah, so this is
बकरीद पे
just
क्यों
one
नहीं किया?
example. There are like hundreds of examples where people just want to find faults with you because you're popular. And at
Yeah.
some point of time, you have to accept that it is against who you are, who you are becoming, and it's not against your content. It is just that hate is against you. And for so many other people who are in my space, you just have to look beyond it. You know what you said, and that is all that matters.
That's true. I mean, I don't know how, but Diwali has become a big controversy. Every
It
time you
has.
start
I know
talking
it is
about
such a lovely festival. No, eat
exactly.
mithai. I have a sweet tooth. Eat hog on mithai. Just have fun, yeah. Look beautiful.
So we are almost out of time. You've gotten a bunch of compliments. Do you want me to read them out to you?
Oh yeah, please read the compliments.
So great going. I'm happy the fact that women finally have input in their comedic representation. Representing and any skin and hair care tips for your followers.
Yeah, I have been asked so many times. Please, yeah, there's no tips. It's just that drink a lot of water, exercise, keep your skin clean. I'm not going to endorse any products because my followers know I only endorse it when I get the money for it. So yeah.
Nice. There are a lot of comments. I don't think we can get through them because we are
Oh,
out of time. I'll share them with you.
share
On
them with
the,
me after that, huh?
yes, I will do that.
Huh.
So thank you very much for joining. This was very
Thank
informative.
you.
Thank you, Swati. It was a pleasure having you.
It was very nice. It was very nice. I was very nervous, and because I'm like more from of the screen kind of a person, but it was a lovely chat. It was like very easy flowing and organic, and thank you for making it so comfortable for me.
To be honest, I was more nervous than you because this is my first